Welcome back to Garden Discovery into my own California garden and a morning stroll after the rain. By far the biggest change in the garden is the wisteria that's bloomed along the fence. And the Japanese maple that's leafed out is absolutely gorgeous, and what a stunning, stunning addition to the garden it's been. And the poppies have opened up. I have the golden California poppies and other varieties of poppies, and it's really beautiful in the garden, though it's hard to tell right now because it's so wet and they're droopy from the rain, but they're absolutely beautiful, and let me show you a good close-up. The middle garden is doing really well, and I'm really happy about everything that's flowering in there. So pretty. Loving the color combination between the Mexican Rua yellow and the salvias, the red and magenta salvias. Really looks nice in the garden, and it's a striking combination. And the Shasta daisies have put on a lot of growth too, so I imagine pretty soon they're going to be budding out and ready to flower too. I did trim back some of my alyssum that's up along the walkway, and I knew it was going to rain. Great time to do that. Before the rain, trim the alyssum, and when you're doing that, the alyssum spreads, and I'm going to get new alyssum popping up in just a few weeks. And here's a good vantage point of the garden from right here. This is near the table where I do a lot of my seeding and potting up and whatnot. And it's just a beautiful view, and I really enjoy the garden. And look at the Japanese maple with the salvias, so pretty. Big Mama and her blooms, and here's the rock garden. It's doing really nicely. I love this because it's self-sufficient. It doesn't need a lot of care. I have to get in there every once in a while, trim out the alyssum, but you know, it's really an easy part of my garden, and I really enjoy it for that reason. The artichokes are still really pretty, and I've given away a lot of artichokes this last week, and they're still loaded with more, so more to give away soon. And the birds are just enjoying this wet morning too. They're out there chirping their hearts out. And I just really love the wildlife in the garden. It's just wonderful to come out and see the bees and the butterflies and get those birds coming in and they're chirping. And it's really such a wonderful experience. What a stress reliever. Gardening is great for that reason. And I encourage anybody who's not a gardener to maybe try your hand at it because it really does relieve stress and it's really good for the soul. So get out there and garden. Closer by the house, I have a lot of aeonium assortments and different succulents, some cacti. It's very low maintenance too. The salvias here about closest to the house have started to bloom. They get more shade right now, but in the summertime, they get full sun all the time and they're constantly blooming and really pretty. And this is my work table. And this is a new cactus my aunt gave me, one of the two that she gave me. Thanks, Aunt Joanne. I'm going to enjoy that. Now let's head out to the spiral and take a look. Now realize we just got a rain and everything is falling over on its face except the statice. Look at that purple statice. So beautiful. I love my statice and it's just gorgeous and it holds up to rain, and it's really nice to come out when everything's flopping over, and that statice is just so beautiful and brilliant. And here's the Indian blanket flowers. What a beautiful combination of colors on that. And here is the magenta salvias, really pretty. They put on a show, and from here throughout the summer and into fall, beautiful, beautiful blooms. I have a lot of aeoniums in my garden, and They're wonderful plants to have. They're very easy to propagate. So you can make lots off of one plant and have more. And they really fill out the garden and bulk it up. And it's really nice to have that structure in the garden. And there's the purple salvia on the right. And then I have some red and white hot lips salvia and the magenta again. Really, really wonderful plants for California climates. Easy to grow, and just the hummingbirds love them. And try some salvia, growing salvia in your garden if you can. It's a beautiful plant and easy to propagate. The lavenders add a lot of color to the garden too. So you get the different kinds of lavender, Spanish lavender and English lavender, and it really looks pretty. Most of the time, I have to say that it's kind of finicky, doesn't like to be wet, and you almost have to try your hand at watering and see what works in your garden, because I don't water my lavender very much. I find that in my garden, it doesn't like a lot of water, so I try to stay away from it when I'm watering everything else. And the cornflowers, they're really blooming and give a lot of height and volume to the garden right now. And believe it or not, I thinned through those. If I had not, they would have been just a forest right now. I know from past experience, I have to thin them out. And so I did, and it's crazy that there's so many still. And the white freesias are hanging on, and I'm loving the coreopsis and the blue daisies, and just got a mix of things growing right now. It's really pretty and colorful in the garden. It's hard to tell, I know, from the wet, but it's really beautiful. And when the sun comes out and these plants perk up, it's really gorgeous. But I have to tell you, I love mornings after the rain and going out in the garden. It's one of my favorite things. You can see here how many things are falling on their face after the rain. I don't think they were prepared for it, but they'll perk back up. They'll stand right up and enjoy that sunshine, and they're going to be beautiful and standing tall again, so I'm not worried about that. Here's another look at the wisteria and how beautiful it is growing along the fence there. And the thing about wisteria, if you didn't know this, is that it blooms out first and then the leaves come. So it's a little bit opposite to a lot of plants, but it's really beautiful and adds a privacy screen there along the chain link fence, which is really, really a nice backdrop. We'll head out to the cactus patch and just take a look at what's growing along there. Here's another collection of my aeoniums and a salvia start and the garden doors. And oh, look at that wisteria, so beautiful. And these pink flowers are rock purslane, and they're really bright and cheery. And in the sunshine, they're gorgeous. But I just did some trimming of some of those this week in preparation for my 3-week trip to Ireland. And I want to deadhead those and get those stems cut. And so I did a good portion of those this week, right along there. Still so much more to cut back. But, you know, you do what you can. And the garden survives and does just fine. I'm loving the foxgloves in the garden. I did last year, and I'm loving them this year. I have 2, and they're both pink, and they're really pretty. Enjoying those, and I really want tons more next year. So I plan to get a lot of seeds out and spread a lot of seeds, and they're just beautiful. I love digitalis. Love it. Lots of color in the garden right now, and I'm really enjoying it. Really a beautiful spring. And the hardy aloes are about to bloom. And here's one of my colorful aeoniums. And a good look at the lavender again. So pretty. And the toad flax will be standing up straight with the sunshine that comes later. So I'll look forward to seeing that again. I'll have to be pulling that out when I get back from Ireland, but I've enjoyed it a lot. And I want to continue to have toadflax in my garden. It's a beautiful annual. I can never say too much about statice because it's one of my favorite plants in the garden. It's easy to propagate. You can start it by seed, and it really adds a lot of structure to the garden. In the warm months, it's a great bloomer. It can handle that heat, and it blooms for a very long time, just like the salvias. Really pretty. I have many other videos about gardening and propagation and visiting different nurseries, and if you'd like to see those, check out the playlists and check out the other videos. Really try to get a big mix of different kinds of videos out for you guys to enjoy. And I hope you enjoyed this morning stroll after the rain. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day.